that into the fixed overhead, just give them an incremental allocation for G&A, for general administrative. It's a pretty cool concept. Where's our investment guy? The man from Colorado? Where are you? The investment banker? He leave? Maybe he's outside somewhere. But you can do that. There's all kinds of things. It's all limited to your mind, man. Fun, fun, fun. Acquire, render expertise, marketing, sales, management, cash flow. You can either have it in joint venture, you can have somebody who's got it in joint venture with you, just correlate it to results. And as I said, you should wish you paid everybody millions of dollars, wouldn't you? Because you can pay somebody a lot on the first sale and nothing on the rest. You can pay them a little bit on the first sale and a little residual. You can do anything you want. You can pay for production. You can be a business magnet and commandeer millions or tens of millions of dollars of assets and resources and expertise and intellectual capital, all using your creative genius. That's pretty exciting to me. It may not be to you. Expanding your possibilities. Questions you got to ask are, who are the people, businesses I want to reach? You got to know the industry you want to reach. What other product, services, options do people typically purchase or buy prior to, during, and after they buy my service? This shows you who's already got control of your market. Who provides those services? What product, services do people normally need and acquire along with or in order to optimally use mine? What do they buy along with it? Who provides those services? What events, activities, changes typically occur in somebody's life prior to that? What other product, services do the decision maker buy totally different, but from people who would have influence with them? Who provides it? I'll give you an example. This is very mundane, but very powerful. We've helped lots of home improvement people. Fence, carpet, kitchen, bathroom, closet remodeling, swimming pool, garage, roofing. We said, let's look at what we call the evolving cycle of life, the moving parade of life. When somebody does one part of their house, most people don't do it complete. They do it sort of tactically. Have you noticed that? They'll say, okay, we're going to clean it, we're going to do our kitchen. And then they do it, and the kitchen looks like $1 million, but guess what? The rest of the house looks terrible. So after the kitchen, they do the carpet, they do the painting, they do the drapes, they do the bedroom, they do the this. Then that looks pretty good on the inside, but they walk out and it looks ugly. So they landscape, they may put a pool in, they may do the garage door. Well, they're perfect hosts for each one and another, because a lot of them would do it sooner if somebody proactively contacted them, but they got to work hard to find the people. Just knowing that and commandeering it could be a great business source. You could basically be a finder, feeder, consolidator of those kind of deals, and leads are worth a lot, except for most craftspeople don't know how to work leads or follow them up, and they minimize them. So you can get a hold of all the leads that skilled craftspeople don't follow up on and probably make a fortune selling them to somebody who knows how to market or setting up an organization to market for. There's so many ways you can make a fortune inside and outside your business by understanding marketing. And if you do something like what Gordon was doing on top of it, it's a mind blow. It's just a mind blow. What periodicals do those people read? Who's got control of them? Trade associations, lifestyle interests, professional interests. Who provides them? What problem or opportunity does your product or service solve? And who else solves a version of that? What other type of business organization has more to gain than even you by seeing you acquire a client? I have all kinds. I mean, if you got a plan that could quintuple your business, but you don't have the capital or the resources to do it, and you don't have an enlightened vendor, you might go to your vendor's competitor and see if they want to finance you. If you don't have the wherewithal to do it yourself, you might say, well, if I double the business, who else would benefit after that sale, during that sale, and get them to fund you either for an interest in the deal or as a recourse loan, one you didn't pay if it didn't work back, but you paid back out of the profits if it worked. You're only limited by what you believe you're capable of doing. Isn't this exciting? And we're ending the day, which is you aren't going to be able to sleep. You're going to be so immersed with possibilities, you poor people. Why spend all your time, effort, expense, credibility building activity to attract new clients from the outside market when there's a much easier, less expensive way to do it? You can get other people, companies, publications, organizations to get new clients for you. And they can do it faster, more efficiently, and for a fraction of the cost you'd spend doing it yourself. Use host beneficiaries, strategic alliances, joint ventures to tap into millions of dollars of investment, existing goodwill, and strong relationships that our companies have developed with their clients. Have those companies direct their clients to start doing business with you. Cost of acquiring a client is enormous. Most business people don't realize it, but they are in the client and prospect generating business. That's the basic goal of all marketing. Don't ever forget it. What if you could eliminate a lot of the expense, time, efficiency of prospect and only spend your time and money on people who are ready to buy? Step one, ask yourself, who already has a strong relationship with people to whom I might be able to sell a non-competitive but related product or service? Step two, once you've got the name on paper, contact those non-competing businesses and ask them to introduce you and your product and service to the audience. It's more complicated than this, but it's very powerful. Approach the host. Once you've have their attention, point out the following. Your product or service is absolutely non-competitive to the host's product or service. Any ancillary profits will result from reworking their list after they have already drawn all the profits they can from their products. It's not going to take away or supplant any income or profits the host would ordinarily realize. It augments their profits. They don't have to lift a finger or spend a dime. If they do wish to participate, that's even better. You'll create all the marketing materials subject totally to their approval, of course. You can offer to pay all the printing, postage, hard cost, or avail them of the opportunity to joint venture with you. Correspondingly, their profit share should be commensurate with their capital time commitment. You'll indemnify them, hold them harmless, plus you'll unconditionally guarantee every item or service for their clients so their clients will never be burned or ever get compromised. A lot of psychology in this that I'm rushing through. The host company can have all orders or services routed through them, or you can pay to put an operative on your site for to audit for them. You overcome all the inherent negatives and it's hard to say no. Separate tracking, monitoring. Point out that particularly in those situations where the host is far removed or totally tangential to your business, it's purely bonus incremental windfall income. Appease any fears the potential host may have by addressing those fears immediately. And it's supposed to be confidently. I thought it said confidential. I can't read. More often, the potential host won't understand the concept and how it will work for them. Educate them about yourself, your company, the quantity, the potential profits which could result from a relationship. If deals like this, the parties negotiate the payoff. You can do anything you want. Depends on the dynamic, the marginal net worth, the incremental value. You can give them 50% of the profit, 25%, all of it, more than all of it, a piece now and a piece ongoing. Sort of depends on how valued you want the relationship. And my recommendation is for a little more effort, you set up as an ongoing relationship, not just a one-time, and that's a strategic distinction. If you want to be the host, you just reverse the situation. Go to other people and get control of their products or services. To determine which businesses to approach, ask yourself a question. Who has my, clients right before they come to me or my competitors? What do they buy? What do they do? The people. Start by making a list, same thing I said. Structuring the deal. Know all you can about your potential partner. Ask plenty of questions. How many clients they have? How are their names maintained? How many inquiries do they make? Current profit, surplus. Learn the marginal net worth. What is their most current business area currently? How do they market? What would you like? What do you want to accomplish? What do they want to accomplish? Who's their competition? Two-way valve, I already told you can do both ways. There's a section in your workbook on calculating marginal net worth. I mean, basically, you got to figure out what you can afford to reinvest. And it's a couple of functions. If your overhead is covered pretty well by your cash flow, then incrementally you can invest a lot of the new sales. You got to realize what you can invest every month back. There's a concept called allowable cost. I talked about it earlier. Once you know the repurchase cycle and you know how to accelerate it or expand it and extend it, well, you could theoretically, like if today, name one of you guys that are in a repeat business. What is it? What? Okay, martial arts. You got different ways of selling, monthly, program, but even if you sell a program, you upgrade people. So if I said to you, what's your first name? Don? If I said, Don, I'll tell you what, I can get you 5,000 new first quarter starts, but I want every dime of it. At first you go, oh, but if I took you on paper and showed you that if I did that and you only kept 1,000 of them that you didn't have before and they're paying $50 a month, I just put 50,000 times 12 in your pocket, so I could probably ask for half of that ongoing, and it wouldn't be a bad deal for you, would it? But you got to know, you got to understand it, you got to know it. Once you get the construction framework, the dynamics down pat, then you integrate them in every offer you make: ads, sales presentations, follow-up letters, website, emails. Copywriting primer. There's a bunch of formulas out there of profound copywriters, and they're so simple, they're embarrassing, but no one adheres to anything close to it. So in your book, you got all of them. The simplest one is called the AIDA formula. First thing is you get people's attention. usually with a headline that promises them a payoff, a benefit they want. Second, you arouse interest by taking them into maybe a future pace of what it'd be like. Third, you stimulate them desire to have that same outcome, result, benefit, advantage for themselves. 4, you ask for action. Same thing as selling, by the way, as one-on-one selling. There's a Robert Collier formula. First you get attention, then you develop interest, then you describe the process, then you persuade them, then you establish proof, then you close. They're all going to be variants of the same. I repeat because I want you to see one that makes sense. These are also good for selling, the sales one-on-one, telemarketing. Victor Schwab, great cover. Get their attention, show people an advantage, prove it, credibility, demonstration, try this test, quotes, press, persuade people to grasp the advantage for themselves. Why would you want to go on another day being overweight, being under-energized, being poor, when starting tomorrow you could be on the pathway to, fitness, energy, wealth, or whatever? Ask for action. Robert Bly, gain attention, focus on, client, stress the benefit, differentiate you from the competition, prove its case. You're going to have all these in your workbook, I'm sure, aren't they? Proves its case, establishes credibility, builds out, closes. Some are a little longer. They're all the same thing. Bob Stone's formula. Promise a benefit in your headline or first paragraph, your most important benefit. Most important to them, not to you. Immediately enlarge upon your most important benefit. Tell the reader specifically what he or she is going to get. Back up your statements with proof, testimonials. Tell the reader what he might lose if he doesn't act. Rephrase your prominent benefit in your closing. Incite action now. Orville Reed, benefits. Tell your reader from the very beginning how your product or service will benefit them. Believability. Back up your statements of benefits with believable evidence. Bounce. Write with enthusiasm. Keep your copy moving. Keep the prospect interested. You attitude. Transfer your enthusiasm for the benefit of the prospect. A colleague of mine has this one. It's a little more complicated. He does a lot of online. Attention, interest, desire, action. Under attention, he's got a superscript, which is a subhead, a headline, a subhead after it, which is a summary, the salutation in a letter. Dear whatever you are, dear business growth aspirant, dear unlimited entrepreneur, dear business acquisition magnet, empire builder, whatever you are. Opening hook that engages them, your story. Here's what it's all about. USP, appeal, benefit, benefit, benefit. Bullets, bullets, bullets. Summarize the benefit into one word. Bonuses. Don't decide now. You can't lose. Risk reversal. Try it. If it doesn't work, comes back. Just get it in your life. Get it in your hands. Get it in your body. Price drop down. I don't like that. Close the deal. Buy now. PS. Pretty fast, huh, Jim? What do you think? It is pretty cool. It's not everything, but if you just do that, you're pretty well covered, don't you think? It's not as hard. Remember I told you on the first day, it's a lot easier than it seems? Is there anything really that I've said when you break it down, even if I did it fast and a little complicated, that isn't really easy to understand and pretty exciting to contemplate? Aren't you glad you're here, Mike Giltner? Isn't this fun? I don't know if it's as good as the science project, but it's fun. What do you think, Art? Is this fun? Are you broadening your horizons a little bit? Yeah, a little bit bigger? Yeah, good. Good. Okay, this is important. You got Mac Ross's template. I want you to go through it tonight and try to figure out as many answers as you can. But that's not the main homework assignment. This is the main homework assignment. Headlines are the highest form of written communication leverage. They can translate into oral, verbal communication leverage, and most people are feeble at it. On pages, go to 25. Go backwards. I think it's before 25. Boy, I'm glad it's 8:30. My feet hurt. I'm not used to being on them that long. I don't do very many programs anymore. Tell me where the headlines are.
225.
Why didn't we where's the Power Parthenon? Did we leave it out? Did Mary leave it out?
No, it's in there. It's in there.
It's not a PowerPoint, is it?
I didn't see it, but it's in there.
I got to deal with that too. So look on what page is it? 224? No, I'm still on the headlines. 244? Yeah, okay. Hold on. Go to page 220. Okay. Go to page 226 through page 260. Okay? You have 130 or so headlines. The first group, has
Jay, your microphone's off.
I did. Money's flying. I'm a clod. Sorry about that. Money just to burn. Chicks for free. True. It's my life. You wish you had it, didn't you? Not you girls. Well, maybe some of you, but not most. Well, not the chicks that Mike and I know. They cost us a lot, but that's a different story. Different story. Okay, there's two elements here. There's a little duplication. A couple of them are duplicated. There's about 130 classic headlines. Most of them are brilliant, that have endured, that are timeless. The first 30 or so, there's an explanation of the methodology, the construction, the psychology. The rest are just basically literally headlines. I need you to go through all of the 137, and as you go through them, you're going to get a piece of paper. And you are literally and honestly and fully, for 2 or 3 or 4 hours tonight and tomorrow, going to make 3 versions of each one as it applies to your business. Let's do one together so you see what I mean. Because I don't want anyone to come ignorant of what I'm talking about. For example, the first one on page 229, I'd start on the beginning because it's also got advertising and copy education. In the bullet it says 17,000 blooms from a single plant. Well, you might say, depending on, I'll give you an easier one to start with because that'll be hard. 6 times wider wash. Just one of the bullets on page 229. You'd write 3 different versions. And it may be hard, so you're going to have to strain a little bit and stretch. Maybe you'd write 30% more productivity for every day. Maybe you'd write 30% more wealth at retirement. Maybe you'd write, again, whatever it is. Does that make sense to you? So you go through every headline you find here, numbered, bulleted, for those approximately 137. You're going to write 3 versions for each one. That's the first assignment. That'll take a couple. For your business, as they apply to you. Pardon? Well, no, but that's, then you're not getting it. I mean, okay. If it says 6 times wider wash, your interpretation might be, 3 times more opportunities uncovered. Not a perfect. This takes adapting and adopting. That was the first slide we talked about on day 1. You got to apply that now. You're going to translate, and you're going to interpret, and you're going to import the application of that headline as it relates to your business. And it's not perfect, but if you do 3 of each one, you're going to come up with some good headlines. And those headlines will also be good openings. You can translate into sales presentations, emails, etc.
The headline that I have is drop 180 pounds in 10 seconds.
Good deal. Thanks. Because we know that you're in the martial arts business, that works well. But if you could, just as a reminder, and I should have said this to you when you came up, but if you could mention the business that you're in, just to let everybody know. But that one works in a lot of ways. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm in the pearl business, and I'm trying to target the high-end bridal market. Mine was loan or buy, only her jeweler knows it. But my teammate right here, Eric, he offers me a better headline that says, how to wear a $20,000 necklace on your wedding for $500.
Great.
This is from our restoration company at our table, our restoration company. Craftsmanship that would impress your friends. High-end restoration company. Okay, we'll try again.
Good deal, thanks.
Good morning. I'm Kelly, and I own Builder's Appliance Supply, so appliances is what we do. And